Good evening. All of us in here at some point or another have had to run for a considerable distance, whether it was the Navy PRT, the Army PFT, or the Marine Corps CFT. We were all running distances at over 1 mile. Now, take a minute and think back. Try to remember what type of shoes you were wearing. Was this run a comfortable one? Or did, whenever you finish, you have aches and pains and terrible, terrible thoughts about that run? If so, it's probably due to the type of shoes you were wearing and the improper shoes at that. The majority of runners have minimal knowledge on how to pick out the proper running shoe. I know whenever I ran my first Marine Corps PFT, I had a minimalist shoe with a light sole, it was real thin and super light, and that was due to me picking up one of the most appealing shoes I seen in the store at the time that felt great on my foot. However, this was completely wrong for me, as many of us have experienced throughout our time in the service. You need to know whether or not you are a flat-footed individual, a neutral arched individual, or a high arched individual to pick out the proper shoe. The flat-footed individuals have fallen arches, which are flexible and prone to inward rolling of the ankle, which happens to me all the time. Neutral arched individuals are the most biomechanically sound. Their foot is in between being flat-footed and having a high arch, and they have the perfect stride and foot placement. High arched individuals are the complete opposite of flat-footed people, and they have arches that are clearly defined and experience more impact on the outer portions of their feet and are prone to rolling their ankle as well. Some things you need to be concerned with whenever you're picking out this type of running shoe is the actual type of running you're going to be doing. Now, there are three main types of running. There's trail running, road running, and cross-training running. If you're going to be doing trail running, you need to grab a shoe that has an aggressive tread, provides a lot of stability and support. If you're going to be out there pounding the pavement, you're going to want to grab something light and flexible, made of cushion, so that it stabilizes your feet during repetitive strides on hard, even surfaces. Or if you plan on doing the cross training, grab those shoes that are designed for CrossFit workouts and cross-country type shoes. They're not going to be as thick as the road or trail shoes, and the soles are going to be real thin. So, what happens if you don't pick out the proper shoe? Okay, first and foremost, you're prone to injury a lot faster and a lot more susceptible than the normal person walking around. Many of the most common running injuries can be prevented by wearing the correct running shoes. The two main culprits are plantar fasciitis and shin splints. These two injuries can take runners out for weeks to months at a time. Okay. This is due to not knowing your foot type or considering the shape of your feet. With that being said, runners must be educated, and there are a variety of different resources out there for runners to go to that will help determine what type of shoe is best for you. There's websites such as competitor.com, Cool Running, and Run Eat Repeat. Those are really good websites. I like them a lot. Also, you could stop by your local store, gas station, Walmart, Target, and grab a magazine. Roadrunner Sport, Runner's World, and East Bay. They're in just about every single store out there. If you're considering running, consider the shoe just as serious. Look at it like purchasing a house or a car. You will be spending a lot of time in them. The average runner runs 400 to 500 miles before they need a new pair of shoes. So a comfortable ride will play a major role in keeping your running strong. Also, remember the best fit for your shoe should be snug everywhere and tight nowhere. It keeps your toes from hitting the front of your shoes, and it keeps your heel from lifting and blistering. Hopefully this brief speech will persuade those of you who are planning on taking running more seriously to think more about purchasing the correct shoe next time. Thank you. Have a good night.